Hi and welcome back. And now, how do we make a game? I'm gonna make the easiest game. If you do not know what you're even doing, good luck. This video is gonna help you. I'm gonna tell you most stuff that you need to know and most stuff that you don't really need to know. So I mean, if you don't need to know, why do you have to tell it? But we're gonna delete the camera, and the first thing we're gonna do, we're gonna go set it to Blender Game. If yours is Blender Render, I recommend you set it to Blender Game because we want to make a game. And then make sure you select something, like for example a cube. If you want the cube to move, go to this button right over there. But before you actually do that, you have to set the timeline into a logic editor so you can have this thing. After that, we're gonna go add sensor. It's gonna be keyboard. After keyboard, what you can press any keyboard you want. You can do all keys. You can do invert, which is just if you don't click it, it's gonna activate. But I'm not gonna activate that from now on. We're gonna click W because W is the main thing which you normally need to actually move it. After we've done that, we're gonna use motion, and we're gonna actually. I don't really want to do this manually because it wastes time, and there's just no reason to do it manually. So, what you want it to move? You can move it up. You can move it this way. You can move it this way. Like this right over here will move this red arrow. This middle one will move this arrow, green arrow, and then this next one will activate the upward. It's like a 3D or a 3-dimensional game. So then now we can actually do one. So when we press P, it's gonna play, and then we're gonna press W. But actually, for you, it's gonna be like something like this. For you, it's gonna be like this, right? Make sure you go to GLSL, and then you set it. Yours is also gonna be like this or something. Yours is actually gonna be like this. So make sure you go to Solid to Texture, and then GLSL. If you just do just GLSL into Solid, it's gonna do this, and it even hurts my eyes. So we're gonna set it to Texture. I talked a lot there. Anyways, if you're gonna play this and you're like, how about if we fall? Well, no gravity is applied. How do we do that? I mean, you can actually apply gravity to actually into a block. Like, I mean, there is already. I mean, if you go here, world, there is gravity, but nothing even falls because our thing is actually set to static and it has to be set to character. Stuff that are gonna fall is gonna be dynamic, rigid body, soft body, and character. We're gonna set the character because character is a character. So we're gonna press B, and then also you saw what I clicked there. It was collision bounds. If we don't enable the collision bounds, like if I didn't enable that, what is this gonna do? You're gonna see what's gonna happen. It does enable gravity, but you see it like digs into that thing really weirdly, so we don't want that. And then we're gonna enable collision bounds. But if you're like modeling or something, the collision bounds might be out of place. So if we don't want that, or if you're making like a model, something that's, if I did something like this and this and this and this, I'm just showing you like like something like that, you see it's gonna be out of space, right? Well, click here and set to triangle mesh. So what that actually does, the triangle mesh, it actually folds your mesh into like it's gonna collision in the positions where it's actually going to where your mesh is actually gonna touch. Like it's gonna, how to explain it? Like if you have a really long pillar, it's gonna actually make that pillar into a collision because it's a triangle mesh, and it's just gonna it's just the mesh, the full mesh is actually gonna be just a collider. But if we want it to be convex cell is just the same thing, but instead it just makes it like something like the collision bounce is gonna be something like this because it's not gonna do it like the inner part of it. It's just gonna do the outside, so it's gonna be like the collision bounce is what I'm doing right now. But also, that was okay, never mind. But we want it so it was just normal. Again, so let me just go back. There we go. Just want normal character with a normal box. And then if you play it, you're gonna see what's gonna happen. Yep, you see it's not digging into that anymore, but then you also have gravity. But then also, if you want it faster, wait, let me do this. You're gonna move it upwards. And then you're gonna press N to not show that thing anymore because we don't need it right now. We're gonna press N. You're gonna set, if you set it to character motion, I do not recommend you to do that because if you set every motion into character motion, you can do one thing at a time. You could like one thing, it move one thing at a time instead of like you would normally run and jump like in Minecraft. But if you set the everything into character motion, you can do everything one by one. So you can, if you jump, you cannot run and jump. You have to just stay in one place and then jump, and then you can move. Like you have to just do it one at a time, which is a bit annoying. So we're not gonna set the character motion. Several control, I do not need to tell what that is because yeah, it just does not make any sense. So we're gonna set the simple motion. And after that, if you wanted to jump, you're gonna press keyboard spacebar. It's not really gonna do anything if it's do it, but motion, counter motion, jump. But the reason why I'm telling you, I mean, why I just did jump, and I told you before not to use jump for every motion, because as I told you, you can only use one character motion. But if you're like, but if you want to use it one at a time, or making some kind of hard game where you can use one at a time, use character motion, and then you have to, if you activate jump, it's going to apparently do this. Wait. Oh wait. Is my? Wait, what just happened? Okay. I just. There you go. Also, I wanted to tell you when you set these random ones, it'll just reset the motion. So yeah. And then what I wanted to tell you, yeah. And then if we there's also numbers in this game. I just died there, and we're gonna press Shift S. Cursor selected. We're gonna add by pressing Shift A. Shift A. Press to click on text. Press G. Wherever you want it, just put it somewhere. I'm gonna press Y5, and then after we've done that, press that del button. Not the delete button. The button that's near the numpad, like numpad 8, numpad 7, numpad 9, numpad 3, numpad 1, numpad whatever, yeah, and then you have the numpad 5. It just makes it like, it just makes it 3D, but just more like clear and straighter. But like this one just makes it more realistic. So if we make numbers, we have to actually press N. So we have the text game property. For you might be there or there, I don't know, it doesn't matter where it is. And then we're gonna press add game text. We're gonna add text game property. So after we've done that, we're gonna set it to integer. If you do not know what integer means, it just means number. So if you play that game, it's gonna be 0. Also, if you don't like the white color, or if you want it to, or if you hate the quality, what I recommend you do is just make it large, and then and then make it small ones back again to make it okay. There's no difference. And get cube, and then set the object color to whatever color you want. It doesn't actually show up here, but when you actually play it is. So I like a blue color. So if you can do X-ray, I mean X-ray, what that just does, it just makes it, it's just, you can see through everything. Nothing is gonna make it like not visible. It's really confusing. When you set it here, it looks like it's actually there. When you actually move this, it actually looks like it's there. When you move it here, it looks like it's actually here. It's so confusing. So we're not gonna enable that. And then if we want to press keyboard, spacebar, and then property. Yeah, this is where the thing comes. You see lots of different types of modes, and you don't know any what these does. I only know what the copy, add, and assign means, but I don't know what level and toggle means, but I can tell them what that is in the future. So assign, what that literally does, make sure you set the property to text because you have that text. If you remove it, it's not going to be anything. So let's just put that back to, yeah, there we go. Value, you can set the value to 5, and then when you play it, it's going to be 0, but it's going to just like make a 5, or I mean make a 5. But also if you press add, it's also going to make a 5, but also it's going to keep on adding a 5. It's like a multiplication times table. Like the more you press, the more every single time it just adds a 5. So you can set 2. You can also set it to 1, and then you can also set it to whatever number you like. Yep, that was totally random. Anyways, then we know what assign and add does, but what does copy though do? Now, copy is a bit confusing and a bit complicated. But if you look here, yeah, it does look complicated. But just use this, make it into string. I mean, actually no, timer's fine. You can do this. You see, everything's happening like this. This is called text1. It has nothing. I'm just gonna remove everything because we don't need it here. We're gonna go to our text if you had the object. We're gonna set it to text1 because this is the text1 we want to copy. That's making the time. Oh. Anyways, just doing random stuff. After we've done text1, you're gonna set the property to text. The reason why it appears is because this thing has a property. So I already told you. So if you press spacebar, it's gonna copy the time to. Oh, what was that? That was like 99999 or something. Oh, that is a lucky number. That is a lucky number. Okay, after that, and then you know what copy does. But then toggle oh wait. Oh, okay. I just learned what toggle is. What is level? Okay, I just learned something in this video. Never mind. But now we know what that is. If you hold level, what that is, if you hold it. It's gonna, I'm gonna hold it right now. I'm holding it. See, it just constantly jumps. I'm not holding it. I'm holding it. It's not holding it. But if I did toggle, you see, I'm just clicking once. It's like this. I'm not clicking. It's like this. And I think I just learned something in this video. Anyways, yeah, now you know the details. But and the last thing, color. If you just made a game, like for example, we need also a camera. We're gonna press 1. Actually, no, we're gonna press numpad 8 a bit. I mean, actually, earlier I was gonna say numpad 1, but I'm too lazy for my words. So press camera, press 0 numpad, press G, press middle, or if that does not work, press X, and then press G, X, and then after we've done that, we're gonna set shift. Shift, and then click this object right there by right clicking it, and then Control P, and then press object, and then what that literally just does, it just does this. Why is it blinking? Why is it blinking? Okay, never mind. I don't know what that is, but okay. Then also you can also do this. Like if if you don't know what that does, is you see you can actually type in stuff. But if I type random stuff. 34, that does not make it. I just clicked random keys. I'm gonna press Alt C, and that actually this is the more important one because this actually turns the entire thing into a mesh, like into an actual object. You cannot even type on this anymore. Like it's just now permanently an object. If you want to actually type something, I do not know how you're actually gonna do that because it's now the permanent thing and it's already a mesh. But if you don't want to do that, just press Control Z and Control Z. Okay, never mind. And then if you select here, there you go. Now you can type and stuff. But okay, never mind. Anyways, you know what to do. So yeah, bye. Great stuff we know there.